Hello, everyone. How is everyone doing tonight?
Hello, chat.
Who do we have here tonight? We have, let's see, we have my friend here, PLE, Past Life Explorer, Elvis, you can call him. And we have Shandy, Dance Life Journey, Barbara, Wicked Cryptid.
Right on.
Uh,
Welcome, everybody.
so, As you know, guys, the link is on the top. Hi, Queen. Queen Laura's here. Let's all bow to the Queen.
Yes, let me put my collar up. There we go.
Okay, so guys, his link is pinned in the top in blue, and the mods will be posting his link throughout the interview. And if you have any questions, please put them in all caps so we can see them better. So, thank you for the invitation. You accepted my invitation.
Mhm.
Sorry. um, oh, there's Jared. I
Yeah.
would like to know. I always ask the same question with every beginning of interview: is why did you call your channel Past Life Explore?
Well, it took me some brainstorming to do pretty much before I started the channel. And I wanted to go with something original, but as well as like something that's meaningful. So, therefore, since I love to explore places and um, go through the histories of them and everything, I figured, well, they're from the past and it's part of history. So it's part of the past life because I'll always, whenever I go into these places, I'm always thinking of, whether houses, factories, or, hospitals, hotels, whatever they are. There's always a history there with them. There's always someone was once there. Someone worked at these places, someone once lived in these houses. So that's part of the past life. So I figured, well, and also as well as I'm an explorer, so I figured it made sense to go with past life explorer.
Okay.
Yeah,
And when did you start your channel exactly, and what got you into wanting to do this?
I believe it was March of last year. Yeah, I think it was March 2020, like when the whole pandemic was starting to happen. That's when I started the channel. What got me interested in this? Well, I've always kind of been into like, you drive by places, you see something shut down. You always wonder what's inside of them. And with me, since I'm always been like a bit of a mysterious kind of dude, I've always kind of wanted to know. Okay, because I'm always thinking, like whenever I'm coming out of these places, I'm always thinking, geez, what scares me the most is thinking that there's absolutely nothing in that house right now or in that mansion or whatever, and there's absolutely nothing there, nothing inside, nobody inside, So you wonder about spirits wandering around and everything. So it's always been intriguing that something that nobody wants anymore, that completely thinks that this is trash, that these places should not be entered or boarded up or just burnt down or torn down, whatever. Me, I'm always been intrigued. Like there's some kind of history has been in these places, and I just always like to go inside, and mostly you see some kind of a treasure. You'll see something that's like totally. It's like an Easter egg hunt.
Okay. Is your channel mostly exploring abandoned or both explore abandoned and paranormal?
It is now. It's become a bit of a para-urban. Well, yeah, it's para-urban channel now.
Mm,
I've known since day one I would eventually start doing the investigation part of the deal, but I just thought it'd be more comfortable for me to be in my element first, for a standard, um, to just explore. I've always been an urbexing kind of guy, so I've always wanted to see everything that's inside, which I still do. But I'm also doing the ghost hunting end of the deal as well.
okay. Got you into the ghost deal, like you say?
I've always been in that thing more than I did in urbexing. since like day one. When I was a kid, whatever, watching Scooby Doo, or I've Ghostbusters. When they had that, the animated series. It's just stuff like that. It's just I've always been intrigued by, um, does this evidence really exist out there? Do we actually see these spirits, and does the afterlife really exist? Like, who knows? I mean, no one really truly knows until you're in that place. And due to my past experiences, way before my channel, like years ago, and still once in a while, I'll still see something once in a while. I'm like, oh, no, I didn't just see that. Like, okay, yeah, I did, but can't deny it.
Okay. And what is your favorite equipment to use when you're ghost hunting and
So for right now,
investigating?
right. So for now, I'm going it very simplistically. I am just using the Necrophonic for the time being, and or just the EVPs off my videos. So but sometimes I would catch something straight from my microphone, my shotgun microphone that I use. And it's pretty good. It picks up anything from the side to the front of the um, of the microphone. So usually it's right now it's like all old school. I'll use recording stuff, whatever. But I'm
Hmm.
just very simplistic with it. I don't have a spirit box with me. I don't have infrared cameras for now, which I do plan on broadening that horizon soon. But for now, I'm just keeping it very simplistic with the hunting. I'm sorry, the investigating.
Okay. And I also noticed by watching your videos, you have a new partner with you?
Yeah,
It's-
somewhat. I mean, he's eventually going to be moving away. That's his plans. But he's kind of always kind of been there since day one, since the channel. But I had a little crew with me from the get go, and someone do the information, get the histories on those places, see what what types of day, what types of night should we go in, and map the place out. And so I've had a nice little crew. But over the past year or so, since the pandemic, they've been concerned about health concerns and stuff like that. So I've been pretty much doing it alone. But yeah, you can say that Matt he's a partner. He's a partner.
okay. And
Yeah,
you're located in Pennsylvania, am I right?
I am. I am. I'm on the outskirts of it, so I'm like right in the tri-state, which Maryland, PA, Virginia. Um, Jesus, what? Virginia. I already said Virginia. West Virginia. So
Okay.
please excuse my daughter there giggling in the
Oh,
background.
it's okay. Have you ever went to a place that you regret going because you got scared? If that ever happens.
Yeah, it does. There's definitely one place in particular, and I keep going there. It's called Gundry, the children's asylum, and I keep going back there, knowing dead and well I am frightened of that place. That place just gives me the absolute heebie-jeebies. I mean, I'm all loose and ready to go, and it's I love the fact that I walk in these places, but then as soon as I cross that threshold in that one mansion, that it's game over for me. I'm all like, okay, what do I do now? Like I'm very tense.
Okay. Is that the mansion where I sent you a screenshot?
Yes, that is. That's the one. Yep, the one the face you said you saw behind Matt. Yep.
Yeah, yeah. That was I watch your videos and I'm scared most of the time.
Right. Yeah, I noticed because you always say, man, you always take us to the dark places, which is
Yeah.
very fun. I love that.
And I really enjoyed the video that you did with you put a cigarette on a railing
Hmm.
and the cigarette was moving. That was really awesome.
Yeah, that's in Gettysburg. That's Sash's Bridge. It's a very famous spot in Gettysburg, which I've known for since like day one of my life, pretty much. But I never knew about the spirit called Tennessee. I think his real name is Paul. Correct me if I'm wrong, but they call him Tennessee. And what the deal is with that, he hangs out right in that spot, and you're supposed to hand him a little bit of whiskey. That's why they call him Tennessee. But he loves whiskey apparently, and he loves cigarettes. And if you offer one of the two to him, he'll make his presence known. You won't really see him, but especially when it comes to cigarettes, like how the cigarettes were just how it just kept going like this and pointing at people. Like that was absurd. Well, not absurd, but that was just crazy because wind wasn't even blowing.
Yes, I saw that video and there was no wind, nothing at all. Did you ever get like a communicating? You got some communication coming in that you were surprised that this you got that as an answer or something like that?
Usually that's behind the camera when that stuff happens. A couple times it's called me out, and people that I know in my life and stuff like, whoa, how'd you know that? Like, how'd you know that
Okay.
name? Like, yeah, and like, or sometimes, well, the main thing that surprises me is the necrophonic when it mocks me on purpose, and it gets my attention quick because I guess because I'm mocking it back. Like that's just how I do. I'm not nasty with it, but I just like joking around and having fun, and that's how I seem to get more of um, the reactions or the communication. That's how I believe. Because either way, it's a video, whether I get a communication or not. So it's an urbic scene or it's a para-urbic scene. Like to me, it doesn't matter. If I get it, if I get a spirit talking back at me, I get a spirit talking back. Not okay, cool. So since I'm like that, they're like, oh well, I want to make myself kind of known. Can I please? And when I ignore it, it's like, well, all of a sudden they start mocking me, and then you hear my voice. Like I didn't just say anything.
Okay. And where was your favorite location you went to so far?
That would be what I called. It was a Civil War hospital. What I called blood-stained Civil War hospital, something like that. But it was beautiful. It was somewhere in like the middle of nowhere in Virginia. I think about 60 miles towards Richmond. But it was a small little one-horse town, and you could tell it was like a new town starting to grow because they had just put a gas station in on a four-way. Like that's how small this place was. And I had found this place, this really beautiful house, and it was trashed, but not on the inside. The inside had the original railings from 17, well, I would say 1830,
Okay.
if not a little sooner. And the original wood was still, there all across. And apparently that's where soldiers were amputated and everything, from their licking their wounds and stuff. So that seemed to have been my favorite place because the wind was very crazy. It was like a fall um, afternoon or something, and the wind was just beating up against the house and going every which way, and it was pretty creepy because standing near the stairwell, um, you would hear like these steps, but no one was on them. It was just from the wind.
Okay. And do you have like a regular scheduled program? And we could say like you drop video premieres on, let's say, a Monday or a Tuesday and do a live on another day, or it's just randomly
Yeah, for
put
the
out
time being,
there.
it's just random. There's multiple things I'm doing right now besides my mundane job and stuff, and my life's pretty adventurous and crazy right now. So there's some things behind the scenes that I'm trying to get worked out, and eventually, when I get settled, it's going to be on a schedule.
Okay. And did you already know how to edit, or you had to learn that like on the field?
I had already kind of known in a sense, but I learn as I go as well. Like it only gets better.
Okay. Do you have like a bucket list for the, let's say, the fall, the winter coming?
I I do. There's a few places that are near me, and a lot of places that are far further. I want to eventually start traveling as well here. Get places in Florida, like Six Flags. That'd be great. There's an amusement park, a small one, with an old wooden roller coaster around here in PA. I would love to step on those grounds. Um, there are quite a few other mansions I want to walk into. I want to go into more factories if I can find any. But Long term, I would love to go to Egypt and just do what exploring what Josh does. Just go to Japan and explore stuff there and you know stuff like that. So that'd be great
Okay.
eventually.
I forgot the question I wanted to ask you, but let's see if there's
Hmm.
some in the chat. Let's just check out really quick. Um, okay, yeah. How do you find your locations when you're looking for something new to do, a new place?
It's a scavenger hunt. I have to put some skill behind it, I guess. Usually, everyone brags about places on the internet somewhere, and I'm always lurking in the background, like, oh, that's cool. Like, because usually in the urbex community, they they're part of their code besides leave only footprints, which means don't take anything, like steal a microwave or something. You know what I mean? Like, just don't steal copper and pipes and stuff like that. So um, just leave footprints when you're in there, and don't give out locations. That's one of their major things that they don't want at all, which is totally understandable. But someone always wants to brag on some comment. Oh yeah, I know that place. That's in blah blah blah, Virginia or West Virginia, and oh, I've been there. And like, screenshot, got it.
Okay. Oh, I'd like to say hi to my son-in-law here, Matthew. Hi, Matt.
Hey Matt, and hi everyone else in chat.
There's a question here. Question: Why the mask?
That's the $1 million question, is it not? The mask is a mystery thing, which of course it's obvious. But I've always been into. I love music, and the bands I grew up listening to, like Kiss and whatever else, and especially like I want to take it one step further instead of the makeup deal. I want to do like what Slipknot does, and just behind the mask, it gives a mystery. But it's very like sevenfold with the whole mask deal, which gives more reason to wear it. But it's just a mysterious. Well, for one, another thing is I've always been into comic books as a kid. My dad got me into the whole comic book thing. So Spider-Man was my deal, and Peter Parker, and and you had Clark Kent, who was Superman, and you just never knew who the superheroes behind the mask were, and that's how I've always liked it to be myself because I'm a big kid at heart. So I just love it. It just adds that much more flavor to my channel. That gives that mysterious thing about it. Like, who is this guy behind the mask? What does he look like? And what does he do when he's not filming? And what does he think about? And is he
Yeah.
really that way? Does he have an attitude? Like, I think he does. Like, that's another thing that always comes up.
Did it ever happen? Like you weren't wearing your mask and you saw like one of your followers and
I,
your
I
follower didn't know it was you because you didn't have your mask
and
because
it,
we would recognize you only with your mask on.
uh-huh.
So
and
did that ever happen?
and honestly, it has a little bit, a few times, once in a while. But I can't talk. Usually, when I talk, it gives it away because I get that distinguished voice. But
Okay,
if I'm
yeah.
just walking by or something, oh yeah, or just yeah, in the background walking, they won't know. They wouldn't know. It's great. Actually, Kiss back in 74 when they started in 73. So when they became bigger in 74 and 75, they said that many times backstage before they put the makeup on, they would go in the crowd and just fill it out, and they didn't know it was Paul, Gene, and Ace and Peter. They didn't know it. They just walked on through like they were just part of the crowd. Like, it was exhilarating to them. They loved that part that they can just, you know, be someone else, you know, besides the mask or the makeup. So I'm the same way. I'm like, I want to fill my crowd out. I want to get behind the scenes here. I want to ask questions and oh yeah, and I want to joke as well. Like, that PLE guy. Yeah, I heard he's weird. He likes cat videos. What's with that?
Okay, Laura has a question. When you coming to Tennessee?
Never. Sometime soon. Sometime very soon. And she's been pushing it.
She wants you to go with her and Jared somewhere, I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure.
which one I'm stoked about. Definitely. Can't wait.
Does it ever occur to you to go and investigate in the cemetery at night? Did that ever come up as an idea to do as a video?
It has. I've done it, I believe, twice ever. One was so much long ago before even before Matt, my partner, was even part of this channel. Really, he would just come along with me, and we would just do it. Because that was done in what was that? The National Cemetery in Gettysburg. I want to actually do a correct alone challenge, which I haven't done yet because I've been pretty busy. Not just well, yeah, I mean, not just for my main life, but I'm also staying busy with the channel as well. Like I'm behind the scenes of a lot of stuff, and I am currently filming and everything. And I travel a little ways, like a few hours here and there, to get this in, get that in, and so. But yeah, it's intrigued me to actually do things at night in cemeteries.
Okay. Gary says here, Elvis, it reminds me of Freddie Mercury and Queen, an awesome band.
Right on, right on.
And I was watching one of your live streams too, and I was sure your real name was Elvis. And then you came out saying it wasn't, but we're not going to find out and we won't ask. But just to tell you that you tricked me, I was totally convinced. Well, this guy's named Elvis. His mother must have loved Elvis, and
Well, yeah, I mean, everyone in the family actually loves Elvis. Even my oldest brother, he's obsessed with Elvis. He has Elvis posters on his walls and ceilings and lamps, and like he had Elvis everything and all the albums. Oh yeah, so it just made sense when someone came out and called me that, because I did have another name for this PLE guy. I originally did, but I never did pull that card until one of my close friends decided to say, you know what, you love dancing, and you love your hair, so yeah, I'm gonna dub you Elvis. And I'm like, dude, that's awesome. I love that name.
yeah, because when I met you, your hair was longer and
Mhm,
your bangs especially was longer.
mhm.
Why did you decide to cut your hair?
Yeah, it was a dare. It was a dare because for every hundred past subscribers I would get, I would have to do a dare, and I could never think of a really decent one without me getting arrested by going outside with his mask on, or having it off. I didn't want to have it off and end up slipping and everyone sees. So I had to come up with a really good, awesome dare. And yeah, I love my hair to death. I mean, I'm all about
Well,
hair. And since my hair was longer, everyone thought, well, since I had just got monetized, I was thinking I had to go big or go home. And I figured that was the time. So I joked around like, yeah, I'm going to cut my hair. Everyone's like, no, you're not. I'm like, dare me. And I did. I shaved it all off. I mean, it was horrible. Oh, I don't want to think about it. I still cringe when I still watch that live, and I'm like, oh my God, my hair.
yeah,
It's going back.
it was beautiful.
Oh, it's definitely growing back. It's gonna be even better, even better.
Oh,
You
well,
grow it longer.
sometimes a change is good for
Yeah, yeah,
better.
definitely.
So, what's your real name? We're not going to tell you.
Yeah. But actually, in the future, though, I am considering changing it to my legal name.
Okay.
Hmm.
And are you, I know some YouTubers reveal their face after they hit a certain mark.
Right.
Are you going to do that too?
Never.
Never.
Don't plan it. I mean, I don't get me wrong. Like, it could happen, but if it ever does, that won't be till, I don't know, till I'm like 60. You know.
Okay. Um, so when are we going to be able to see your next video? Like,
I
do you
had
have
planned
one
it.
in works?
Yeah, actually, I do. I had planned a release date for that last week, but like I said, things have been a little nuts. I have to do a voiceover for this one, and it's all set and ready to go. Got um, the thumbnail for it already, and everything else. The music is okay with it, and so I just have to do the voiceover of the history of the place, and it'll be released. But yeah, I plan. Well, I can't really say if it's going to be tomorrow or not. I don't want to give everybody hopes up, but yeah, it's going to happen very soon. Very soon.
Okay, because you go out, explore, and investigate on like every day, once a week, or
Yeah,
do you have like
usually
a schedule?
right. Yeah. Well, I usually do with the schedule on that part. I usually do it on the weekends. So here's how I got smart with it. Because at first when I was doing it, I was going to Baltimore for one place, come home, edit, go back the next weekend to Baltimore, edit something else. Instead of keeping that up, I figured, well, I'll just go to either like for instance, Baltimore or where else do I go? Somewhere else in PA, like Harrisburg, whatever. I'll go there and I'll spend like the weekend and I'll get everything I can do, everything I can get in. And that's a video, that's a video, that's a video, that's a video. I got like 4 or 5 videos for the month and I can just relax the rest of the time and just edit and release one, edit another one, release one. Yeah.
Oh,
Hmm.
that's a good system. And you've always had a partner with you when you explored, or
Mostly,
most
mostly.
of the time.
There are
So
some times because not everybody is reliable, and that's okay. That's okay. But you know, the thing I tell everyone about having a channel is you have to actually rely on yourself. If you can't rely on yourself, you're not going to succeed with this. You know, you have to do a lot of it yourself. So there are times I do explore by myself. I shouldn't, but I do. I do. I
okay.
regret.
Uh, Zach has a question here. PLE Elvis, long short question, but when will that mask come off?
If
Never.
you
He
pay me
just
$10
said.
million, dollars, $10 million.
Yeah, that'd be worth it. But just in private, between you and him. If he gives you the 10 million, it'll be just in between you and him. The rest of
There you
us are
go.
gonna have to wait,
The
right?
rest of you gonna have, everyone else is going to have to give me 10 million.
Yeah, and they'll see in private also.
Right. We got something going
Okay.
there. Some money makers.
Um, what advice would you give to a new YouTuber that just started its channel and is finding it rough, like to get some numbers in, like subscribers and watch time? Do you have any advice for these new YouTubers?
I certainly do. It's all called consistence and taking your time. Just enjoy it, have fun with it. That's pretty much really about it. Because if you're if you're going all out, you're gonna burn out. It's not fun because people get excited, especially me. I mean, I've heard like anyone, all of us did. I mean, we decide one day we're gonna work on a channel, make it and make it happen, make it work, make some videos. We're all excited. That's all we can think about for days or weeks at a time. And usually, if it's nonstop and you're too excited and you're overworking yourself for it, you just burn out. And that's when people start to taking stuff back and they take a hiatus for a while and then they come back and they're like, oh yeah, their attitude kind of changed. Like I'm not getting my numbers, I'm not getting people watching. It's just all back in because being just consistent and just taking your time and again have a lot of fun with it. And you may get luckily 15 hits per video. That's okay because in the future that one video that only got 20 hits will soon have a couple hundred and then grow from there. I mean, YouTube takes time. Like you put all your hard work into a video, whether you do or not, but you put the time and effort into a video and that video is there. It's not going anywhere. So why stress yourself out about am I getting my numbers right now? Like, no, don't worry. It will come. It will come. Like
Okay,
build it, it will come.
because some YouTubers look at it as well, this channel made it in not even a year, and this other channel, well, it took a long time. So I guess it's that what they're
Well,
thinking of,
that's
I guess.
I'm glad you brought that up because you don't know what I mean. People don't know what's going on behind the scenes. Like, are they going out there personally and pushing it hard? Are they advertising it personally? Are they meeting new people? Or are they getting interest from local broadcasting systems? Systems. Listen to me. Sound like I'm old. But from broadcast, are the do they have already a network of friends and people on Facebook and stuff like that already? And then they can just
Oh.
like, okay, So whenever people, that's another thing. When people start questioning other people, like, hey, this person's only been around for 6 months to a year, and someone else has been around for 4 years, and all of a sudden they fly, that new person flew by them.
Hmm.
If you're asking them that question, that's just concentrate on, keep your eyes focused on what you're doing, not what other people are doing. Like I know people that are slower than I am, people that are growing much more faster than I am, being a year, and it's okay. It's okay. I'll wave by them as they keep going and make friends with them while I'm at it. Like it's all about making contacts and friends, and it's about networking. That's what it is. And if you have to have a good attitude too, because what you do for your channel represents you. You know, you just can't be two separate people. Like even if I wear the mask, there is a good bit of my personality that I take from behind the scenes or just from my personal life that's broadcasted to you all here. I'm very personal, and people love that about me. Even if I'm mysterious, I'm still very personal, and I
Yeah.
don't have an attitude. I don't be like, oh, well, you're not paying me, my PayPal for this and that, and like I'm never no. When you get that kind of an attitude, that's when people are like, oh yeah, yeah, I've lost interest in this guy. I'm watching someone else. So
Mhm.
usually attitudes and just a good personality seems to really go a long way when you're doing your channel, because that's what it's all about. It's a social media.
Okay.
Mhm.
And I noticed that when I started, I wasn't showing myself. I was just filming and not even talking. And I didn't grow. Then I started talking, and I grew a little bit. And then I started showing myself if I had to or
Mhm.
whatever. And now I'm at where I'm at now. So do you think it's better to do it like I did, like little steps at a time, or just bang, here I am, and this? So in a way, I'm saying, if you never show yourself,
Mhm.
are you going to grow as much as a person that shows himself?
I do not believe so. I believe that people are interested. Like for say for instance, my channel. People get interested in where I go. They want to see the places, the history behind them, but they also want to know more about this guy. Like who's he bringing along with him? Like what's his story? And his story unfolds along with his channel. Now, at the beginning, I did not as well. I was behind the scenes, behind the camera. I didn't I didn't plan on actually showing myself at all, because I was still behind, still thinking I wasn't going to wear a mask or nothing. I was just going to be this mysterious guy that behind the camera, you're going to hear my voice and that's it. And then I got
Okay.
really thinking about it after doing some research as well. Like the more personal you are with your channel, the more successful it will be, because your personality. It's like having a friend. It's like being friends with someone, but they never see your face, so you're not absolutely 100% real. You know, and you have to become very personal with the people that are love your work and stuff, your fan base and stuff. So you can either start your channel and like, hey, it's me, and like go from there, or you could just slowly get into it. But I do believe when you start putting your personal self into it, and that's why I just recently started doing with my thumbnails. I started putting myself in the thumbnails instead of the
Hmm.
locations, and I believe that's working out more. Like, okay, this guy wears a Michael Myers mask, and what's this all about? And they're curious and they get into it, and then okay, well, cool, like they can see that, but what I think what makes them a prescriber, well, a pastor, I call them, is my personality that I put into. Oh gosh, this guy's actually pretty cool. Like, yeah, I like his persona. Yeah, so click that button. There you go.
And I would like to also say thank you in front of everybody for one live stream in particular where I wrote in the chat, I did not want to tell my subscribers that I practice Wicca because I was afraid to be judged. And the answer you gave me on that was really inspiring to me. And I did what you said, and they already knew about it.
Good.
I d- it was like I was hiding it for nothing. everyone already guessed about it.
Right.
So, yeah,
Well,
but still, I want to say thank you for that.
excellent. I'm glad that really touches my heart. I'm very glad about that because when it comes to like, I don't really push the issue of religion and stuff, but like whatever you believe and go with it. Like we all need to get along with each other. It's all about the love in this world, and especially for the way it's going nowadays. We all need it. We all need to get back to that basic, like the way you practice and who you worship is the basis of all life. Like without it, we got no hope, you know. So it's just how that goes. Like that's how I believe it. And I know a lot of Wiccans, and I know a lot of Catholics, and I know a lot of Protestants. Whatever, you know. They all just I get along with them because I don't press my little personal issues on them. Like they got it wrong, I got it right. I don't do that, and I believe I believe everyone's right. It's spokes on the wheel. Spokes on the wheel. They all go to the same.
Okay.
Hmm.
And so, but you have also a full time job.
I do.
And do you have like problems sometimes to get everything done in 1 week or?
This week especially, I'm glad. I feel like this was meant to be. Like tonight, yeah. This week has been the heck and high water and back. When I go to work, you see, it's been we've been short staffed this week. A lot of them have been away on vacation and everything. And this week I've been practically alone at work to problem solve and everything on my own. And it's been stressful all 8 hours in. I'm just trying to get this stuff done. I'm like, man, can I just choke someone? You know? But it's all right though. It's all in fun. Like I'm appreciative that I'm working, and that I'm, doing my thing here and keeping myself alive and going very strong. So, well, I
Uh,
got to think about that, and I'm good. I don't have to choke anybody.
okay. I think this is a question. I'm not sure. When asked what my favorite exploration is, I inform them that I don't favorite because each exploration tells a story. Oh, yeah.
That is true. That is true. I mean, for now, I do have my somewhat favorites, but uh, there's not a bad one. If you were to give me the question, what is my least favorite? I don't have that answer because I don't think they're all great. I think they're all equal. So it's just, I mean, sometimes some are more the darker places, the places where you don't normally go, and it's very dangerous to go. That's my favorites because it gives me the story along with that story. So that location has a story, but yet I'm giving you guys a story of myself and my channel, and you guys have seen it, and I think that's
Mhm.
what's beautiful about it.
And I'm surprised they didn't ask, but usually they ask, have you ever brought something home with you?
I do, I do. Now I don't steal things,
No,
but
like a spirit or,
oh, you mean that? Yeah. Well, what I was
yeah.
saying is I would take home a little bit of glass, a little piece of a mirror that was already broken, or a brick. I would take
Oh,
home that stuff.
okay.
But I got a little YouTube cabinet here. I can't really show because I don't really have anything much in it right now. But I'm working on it. But yeah, I've done that. I brought some spirits back home with me, and I'm a little confused right now what I actually have here that shows us stuff once in a while.
It's out now again, always in the same corner. The one I
Yeah.
always see that every time you're live somewhere. I always see that face. It's on
Oh, you
your
mean right here? This one.
yes,
Yeah, you've
yes,
seen it
that
before,
one.
haven't you? Uh huh.
Yeah, it's still there. It's like it doesn't move, or I
Well,
don't know.
I mean, it could be the lamp.
Okay.
Not for sure, but then again, these
Mm.
walls are very shiny, so which I can't stand. I can't wait to.
So now
Wait
the
to
lamp is on, but
yeah,
I
the lamp
still
is on.
see it. I still see it. I still see the eyes and the
Yeah,
nose.
I guess you do like a little Bannett or something right there.
Yeah,
Weird.
and
But yeah, right on this side, right on this wall on the other side, because you see the tip of the cabinet right there. But on the other
yeah.
side of the cabinet, when I'm sleeping, because I got the other room empty for now, so I do everything in this one room. And when I'm sleeping, I'll roll over and I'll see a shadow staring at me, and it ducks or it just goes through a wall, like it doesn't want to be seen. It's so weird. It just observes me, and then when I wake up to it, it's gone. But it doesn't happen all the time, not every night, but once in a while, it'll catch me off guard. Like at least once or twice every 3 months or so, it happens.
Okay. And did you ever decide to investigate it? Like, who is it? What is it?
I haven't decided that yet. I've been very curious. Sometimes, call me nuts, because I live alone here. Sometimes at late at night, I'm sitting here and I'm doing my research or something. I just start talking to it, like it's there. Once in a while, like, hello, like, but I haven't decided that yet because so far I've watched too much Nuke's Top Five, and I've seen this thing happen time and time again when they're curious about something in their homes, and they go to investigate it. Apparently, that poltergeist or spirit or whatever you want to call it, shadow figure, something about it gets worse when they investigate. It just happens more and more, and I'm like, well, I'm not really wanting that to happen. Like, I don't get me wrong, spirits and stuff and ghosts. If I ever see anything, it doesn't scare me. It's not a real person. It just alarms me. But the thing is, not here, not my own home, not where I rest, not where, you know, not in my place where I want to feel safe. I don't want that to happen here. That's what gets me.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And do you ever find yourself with your family, let's say at a reunion or family reunion, and you're only talking about YouTube?
I don't. um,
No.
I talk about YouTube, but I don't ever talk about my own channel. It's like I clue people in. Like at
Uh,
work, I'll clue some people in once in a while, but the ones I don't seem to take care, the ones I don't really seem to like, I don't say a word about it. So he was on YouTube the other day. Oh, okay, that's cool. And I was good. I'll smile and I'll keep going. I'm like, they don't have any idea.
okay. Because some people say, well, every time we talk to you on the phone or at a family supper or something, you're only talking about your channel, your YouTube friends, and you know.
Now there are
So
people I do talk. Yeah, there are people like that I do talk to constantly about the numbers, about discovering new things off of YouTube, how to manage this better and how to do this better and forget this thought or whatever. There are people that I will go to and talk about these things with, but as well as, again, like, my conversations are many. So when I'm talking about YouTube a lot, I'm also talking about what I did the other day. It was funny, or I tripped, or, my car is acting up, or somewhere I went, I had a good lunch, with a hamburger in Gettysburg that one time. Oh my God, that was a great hamburger. Like, I just talk about all kinds of things.
okay. Did you ever go explore or investigate somewhere and it went terribly wrong? Like, I don't know, you tripped and fell, or
A
like
few
me, I
times.
remember one time I went and explore an abandoned church in the woods, and I tripped and I broke a toe.
Ooh,
So did something like this ever happen, or the equipment broke, or
I had not been injured, so to speak. I'm very lucky about that. Back when I was just taking pictures before my channel, because I never thought I would have the guts to actually be very personable on YouTube, for millions to possibly see. Like that used to scare me. Even though if I've been an entertainer in the past, I've been on in Disney Studios, on their stage, dancing and singing and stuff. And I've toured for a couple of years, and especially when I had an old band, we would do things in front of like a good crowd. But I never thought I would actually do videos and everything, and be amongst possibly thousands of people and plus. It used to intimidate me. So back in those days, this one time I went to this house. I call it the suicide house because I found a note upstairs. Actually, I just recently found that note that I've been looking for the past year, but the suicide note that was given to someone in France or something. Um, but it was that house, and I was upstairs, and I was just like all cool, whatever, and I already know the ins and outs of this place. So I just go back downstairs, and I didn't heed my own warning of take it slow. So when I went walking down the stairs, I somehow slipped on somewhere and I rolled down the stairs. And my back was a bit messed up for about 2 months, but I didn't break or pull anything. I've gone, anytime something really bad happens, I'm usually alone. In those instances, like for instance, when I went to the PA Turnpike, the abandoned PA Turnpike over a year ago, when I went alone, um, I heard these voices in the back of the tunnel, or over a mile long, and I totally forgot about them because it's been about an hour and a half since I've been in this tunnel, and I'm getting towards the end of it. And I forgot about those voices that people were trying to scare us off, thought they would. Well, as soon as I got at the other end, all of a sudden I went looking around inside this other room, and bam, there something fell, and I saw three hooded people, and they were hiding from me. I'm like, okay, I'm just going to let them know I'm not law enforcement. I'm not here for them. I'm not hunting for anybody. So we're chill. We're cool. Like, I'm here the same probably as what you are. And it's cool. I'm going to walk away now. But they stayed hidden. Well, come to find out in that video, I had the things turned up and I had my hearing thing on, my headphones on. And I heard someone say, shut up. Someone was telling me to shut up. And over a year now, I got mad about that. I'm like, I mean, if I could go back a year ago, I would have smacked that kid. But yeah, there's some times where I'm outnumbered and I'm all alone.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And earlier you said you were in PA.
Mhm.
I have one of my buddies here in the chat. He used to live in PA, and he would go with another good buddy of mine. They would go to Centralia.
Oh, yes.
And the buddy that I have here in the chat is Adam Tereska, and he's an expert in the history of Centralia. Did you ever go there?
Actually, that's my next video I'm dropping.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. Centralia. That's the one I'm dropping.
Because the road they've blocked it like with
Yes.
sand piles
They,
there.
they put dirt piles all the way down. I think I believe it's about a quarter and a mile long. Of course, he would know. I think I know this guy too. He's been on some other YouTube channels, I think, explaining where the boy fell in the
Yes.
backyard.
Well, he's good friends with and I'm a follower of JP videos,
Yes.
and there's the other one is if you're here, can you tell me the other one? There was Revenge of the Apocalypse, I think, and RJ. I think RJ.
Might be. It's when they. I think it's a few of them people that actually follow. Which is JP around because I got
Okay.
JP too.
Here, this is Adam. Hit
Okay.
me up if you need some information of Centralia.
Sweet.
He
Yeah.
has it all. He has it all.
Yeah. I was just looking
Yep.
up the history on about the boy back in 1981. I believe his name. Well, Brewski or something. Gosh darn it. Forgot his name already. But yeah, he was 13, 12. I think he was 12. And he
Yeah.
fell in the backyard, and that became national news for Centralia. That's when people started to realize we need to pack our bags and leave.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, it's RJ78 Productions. Thank you, Lisa.
Okay.
Lisa's my JP sister, I call her.
Okay.
Yeah. She didn't know, now she knows. Yes, Revenge of the Apocalypse. Okay. Oh yes, Matt
Matt
PG.
PG. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. That's it. Yeah.
Okay. I'm looking at this guy. Todd. Yeah. Thank you, Todd Dabrowski. Yes. Thank you, Adam.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so where did you film in Centralia? Like, did you film the cemetery or?
No, I decided to do a little bit different. I've seen some other YouTubers also do that as well. Since the last 5 residents they want to live in peace, and
Yes.
videos they get pretty far, and you still hear a lot of stuff about Centralia. Like people are legitly trying to break into the last few houses, thinking they're abandoned in that church. that's actually a working church, and the houses that are still, left and still up. Yeah, people are actually living with their families in these
Yeah.
houses. It's not cool to break into someone's house thinking it's abandoned. It's not how you do it. It's not how you roll. Makes people like me look bad. So when I filmed Centralia, I just took out the cemeteries and the houses. I made sure the houses and the church and the cemeteries were not really mentioned, um, but they weren't seen in the video because I didn't want that on my thing. I just want to leave them in peace.
Yeah,
Because
because I remember
yeah.
my YouTuber friends that were filming there. They also said that it's there's still people living there and respect them. They were saying this similar to what you were saying that you didn't
Mhm.
want them in the video and stuff.
Now
They were
Matt,
saying the same thing.
right now Matt and I were there, and we were in the middle of us filming. There was an older couple that's just walking around. It was a nice sunny Sunday afternoon, and the older couple was walking around. And they came up to me like, "Hey, so I guess you're filming, right?" Like, yeah, yeah, yeah. And apparently they grew up and that they fell in love in Centralia, and they got married in Centralia. Like Centralia was their livelihood up until the 80s or something. Whenever they decided to move out, but they moved towards the outskirts of Centralia. But it was a good conversation, but I didn't want to put that in the video. But they told me a bit more about things around there and stuff I didn't really even know about, and it was quite awesome. But yeah, so to answer your question, I filmed the heart of the town itself. That was the town. All the empty roads, all the empty sidewalks. We traveled down roads that led to nowhere for miles and miles. Apparently, where the fires broke out, I think it's where the trash fire broke out. I think I was there. Um, the park, I was at the park as well. When I was there, I forgot about the park, so I didn't get anything on the what's left over the swing sets or nothing. But yeah.
Okay.
Hmm.
Okay. This is for the group chat there. What Adam's saying there. He knows everything about this place. Did you see there was a place where Adam and the
Hmm.
guys went. There was like a hole in the ground and there
Hmm.
was still steam coming out. Did
Yeah,
you see some of that?
I did not, but I've heard about them. They usually they're because it was captured by JP, I believe, from last
Yes.
year, and he had to go in the outskirts up a mountain. Well, not up a mountain, but up a hill, because the fire's still going on the outskirts, but it's not really in Centralia no longer. So there are these places, or like not caves, but there's holes in in the mountain there. Well, not in the mountain, in the hills, and that's where the steam will shoot up on a very cold day. It has to be a cold day, of course.
Yeah, because I remember JP putting his hand in with
Hmm.
a meter
Yes.
and his hand was almost melting, he was
Hmm.
saying. And I think they went in like late fall season or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah. It was towards winter. Hmm.
And I remember also they filmed. There used to be a school there,
Hmm.
and now there's only like steps.
Yep. Which I filmed that. That was the. That's one of the information things I got wrong in my video. I said when I walked up the steps, I panned the camera from one angle to another, and I said row of houses used to be here, but that was not true. That was actually their track. That was the high school's track.
Okay, their track and field
Yep.
track there.
Hmm.
Well, okay, so I'm gonna check and see. We have 5 minutes left. See if there's any questions we missed because Centralia is really fascinating. The
Very.
story. The fire, I can't remember what year though the fire started. It was on a Labor Day weekend.
62, I believe, if I'm correct.
It was a Labor Day weekend. The town
Hmm.
was cleaning up to have a nice clean
Right.
town
Hmm.
for the parade, and that time they would burn the trash,
Hmm.
but then the so they burn it and it caught a coal vein or
Yep.
something.
The coal vein. Exactly. You're right.
Yeah, in 1962.
62.
Yeah,
Yep. Okay.
yeah, 59 years ago.
Yeah. They
Yeah, and
scientists,
it's still burning
yeah,
today.
scientists say that it's not going to quit burning until 250 years or something like that, or up to
Wow.
50 years. It's something like that, but it's burning a long time.
Yeah.
There are ways to put it out, but that's going to cost billions of dollars, and they don't want to put the money into it like that.
I can't imagine how they can come up with an idea of how to stop this fire from
Well, I've seen
going.
it. I've seen their idea. They do know how to stop it, but it's just costly. It's costly.
Okay, here's a little friend of ours that we have in common. Elvis, will you ever investigate the UK?
Well, that is funny you say that, Shanny. Eventually, one day, I'll be investigating in the UK for sure. Yeah, UK's got some awesome places for sure.
Okay, so remember, guys, the link to his channel has been put in the chat a lot of times, and it's also pinned in blue. You should go check him out. It's really a really good channel. The thing, his videos, sorry, his videos sometimes give me the creeps. So for me to have the creeps, I'm sure you're going to enjoy it as well. I'm just trying to look and see if there's other questions.
That's fine. As well as I want to put my 2 cents in for this as well, but some really awesome things are about to happen in my life, and as well as for the channel, and it's
Oh,
definitely going to make it bigger and better. Yep.
okay. And can we know a little bit about this just
Mm,
in 2 minutes time?
yeah. Well, I've been cluing people in here for many months now. I've been trying to get this on, but so far so good. So it's getting closer now, and it's just going to be mind blowing. It's going to be great. That's probably the only hint I can actually give.
Okay, so
Yep.
we should expect a surprise like in the video or a live stream or
It could be either or both. It's however I want to play it.
okay.
So I get the cards
Okay.
in my hand. I get it's all flush. Ready to go.
Okay, guys. So if you want to know what this is all about, you have to go see him on his channel. So, and how many weeks or so this is going to come out? Or months? Or,
I don't believe it's going to be months, but it's going to be extremely soon. I believe within the next,
oh,
well, this month. I believe this month. It's going to be this month. It's going to
okay.
be this month.
Okay. Well, thank you very much for giving me your time for this interview. And I really appreciate everything you do. And I love your channel.
Thank you. Yeah, I
So,
appreciate you reaching out to me and giving me I'm privileged.
oh, well, I am too. I really admire your work and everything. So, on that note, we're going to say goodbye, everyone. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all in your next videos. Good night.
Catch you guys in the flip.